Creek test number 2. Letting my phone charge up just a little bit more. 90% already good. Get the plug out of here. Alright, welcome everybody. We are going to be turning the pump on here in just a second. We'll let a few people get in here. But we did some work yesterday, that's for sure. Did some work. Oh, I forgot to chop up this leaf. Good day, everybody. Happy Tuesday morning. I'm trying to cut this leaf up here. This big empress tree, elephant ear, cut off. Alright, we got that done. What's up, everybody? What's up? What's up? So, here's what we did. Yesterday we had backflow, and the reason we were having backflow is because we had this big old rock sitting here, if you remember. And we had that there to try and get, excuse me, the water to have a double waterfall kind of. But that rock was just too big. It was making me have to raise the bottom up too high at this end, which was backflowing the water. So we removed that rock, we smoothed it out, made the creek a lot deeper than what it was at this end. And we put that rock up here, and we're going to see how this plays out. So this is the rock I had. So I'm just going to set that there for now. And we're going to turn the pump on and see how she flows. We really don't even need this one here either. These are two that we just set there. So I want to see, we removed all the sand and the silt from up this area and moved it down into here. So this is like a really hard waterfall, and then it's going to boosh and then come on. So we added a little dam. So that's the spot the low spot we repaired yesterday. That was the major one right there. So it looks pretty good. We added some here, 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 here. We added some here. We added a little here, 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 and here, 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 here. So just some high spots there that we repaired here. And if we have to, here, we're going to maybe make, we're not sure yet, we're going to see. We might have to make a kind of a concrete dam here. So I was going to take this rock here and like place it right here and concrete it in, or kind of do it like this. Come across, another one here, concrete that in, raising this wall up, giving us more room. But I don't know if we need to or not. We'll see. All right, y'all ready? We got a few people in here now, so we're going to go ahead and crank her up. Turn this fan off. So if y'all hear me scream, alright. round two. Come on, baby. Kick those daisies. Come on. Give me your last one around here. Yeah. Sorry, I'm not paying attention to this. We're gonna have to add water to the pond. I appreciate it, everybody. Yeah, thank you. Ian, Scratch, Keith, everybody's talking. Everybody in chat. I appreciate you. Let's hope this thing holds up. Everybody watching, even if you're not in the chat, man. Appreciate everybody tuning in. This is a fun day for me. This is where I have the most fun doing shit like this. Fixing problems. I love fixing. I don't know. Kind of like hope there is a problem so I can fix it. So here's where we were coming over. Yeah, I think we're good. We're good right through here. I mean, she's close, but not close enough to where, I mean, if it backflowed, it would just backflow into our hole here. You know, some of it might come down. We might could put a rock like right here. That water, if it did come off through here, it would go down in the hole. Some of it ended up in the floor, but you know, nothing like that ain't happened before. I appreciate that. I don't know how to pronounce your name. Is that Motul? Motul? Motular? We'll just say BCB. How about that? I'm dyslexic, so I'm not good with pronouncing words. Let's go over here and we're gonna let this run for a while because you know we got some rocks we want to see what happens with. Like this stuff pushed down a lot. I wonder what'll happen if we do this. That's the kind of shit I'm looking for right here. And every rock I put in might raise the water table up, so we got to be careful, you know. You can't raise that's. I was hoping that we had the water table. Right now, it's almost perfect. But if we go adding a lot more rock, or any more rock, that's going to raise the water table. And we get to a point where we're too close. We don't want to be too close. We want at least an inch off the top. So from here, from the water to the top here, it's about an inch all the way around. And that's where we want to be. This sand and silt here. This is where we're going to be wicking. This right here, now that this is flowing, so this rock is really too tall. So we've got an inch pretty much on all sides, but what we want to do here, so right in here, I want to wick water. If I want to wick water from this spot up over to here, all I got to do is take this and watch what happens. It'll wick water right on up as we add it. Connect it. Once it connects, you see that? Alright, it will, and by the time we're done, that'll all be wet. Guaranteed. It'll stay wet too, just like this over here. Once it connects, it stays wet, and it will wick water consistently right up over into our soil pockets and maintain consistent moisture all the time around the edges and wherever we lay sand and silt. We plant our plants right down into here and off to the races we go. It's a consistent water source is all it is. And it's going to have microbes in it. It's going to have all the good minerals in it. The sand, silt from the reservoir. It's just life I can't explain. It's like a constant compost tea. You're getting good bubble. I love that. We're getting the bubbles all the way down. I don't get that in the other one. This is in my garage. 500 square feet. Got a mini split. I got a dehumidifier dumping dehu water back into the creek system over here. I've got another dehu that will hook up over here. So we'll just run a hose. And what we're going to do is, like, we will be shutting this down, by the way. This isn't going to stay on all the time right now. I mean, it will stay on all the time, but all we got to do is we're going to figure out the best place to drop that dehu line in from the back. So once I figure out the best spot, probably going to come in from the back side and run a hose in and drip dehu water in, or it might be even from right over there. I'm not sure where I'm going to do it yet. I'm going to figure that out. But we're going to let her run pretty much all day today. The dehu hookup can come anytime. And I forgot, I had a potato I brought. I had a sweet potato. And I was going to put in here. And I've also got basil plant. So we're going to do herbs. The herb garden's going to be up in that corner. Run herbs all down through here. So all different types of herbs, like basil and, celery. Well, I don't know if celery's an herb or what, but, different herbs all down through here. That kind of goes down and then back up. And this kind of, you can see it kind of comes up. We have plenty of room. It's 3 inches deep. And once we connect, you can see how it stays. It's going to stay moist. As long as all of this is connected to the creek, it will just wick itself right over the wall. We can bring more soil in. We're going to bring in another mulch layer that we have working outside. So all of this will come up. We can actually move. Well, we might leave this here and just bring another rock in. Like I said, every rock we bring in is going to raise the water table. And we're pretty close back there on the water table. Let's go try something else real quick. I've got this rock here. You can see how this water is coming off through here. So it comes down, goes up in there. I'm thinking we can take some rock here and completely change the flow of water. Try and get it to spin. You might need a bigger rock. Pretty cool how you can just adjust the rock and change the flow. We are getting splash, so we're getting really, that rock shoots that water off of that side there. Really getting that splash off of there too. I mean, we're getting so much splash. Look at it in the water. Look at it hitting the top of the water. So we can get more if we. So that just proves that we can get different size rock to set there. And if I want more water in this pocket, I can just literally turn it and get more splash and splash more water, and then remove the rock when it's done. What's going on, Galaxy? Good to see you, buddy. Donkey Buds, Francisco, Ruin, hello. What's going on, everybody? Appreciate everybody showing up. We're playing now. We get to play now because it looks like our water table is pretty good. We repaired our low spot there. That was really our only spot. So now we get to play. I'm just kind of adjusting, seeing what happens when we move this rock around. And I can turn it. This is on low. Not sure. Let's turn it up. You know, I want to turn it up. Turn this motherfucker up. So this is on 1. There's 2. Wow. Wow, look at this. You're not close yet. Oh, here's three. Oh shit, that's down, that's one. That's two. That's two. Three. And how fast he can get without running over. Four. Now that's a steady flow right there. Let's leave it on four for a second. What's up, crazy? One fine. What's going on, everybody? To clean up, well, we'll bring new water in here. Probably 5 days, maybe a week. You know. You can always help it out, you know, put a little biology in there, put some lab in there, we can put some purple non-sulfur bacteria in there, we can put some Brandon Russ's Micro Plus in there, start stacking the biology. Let's see, so 4 is not overflowing, it's flowing pretty well. See. Look at this splash. Holy cow. So we're getting that spin back there. Let's see if I can find another rock. That rock is flashing. It's got the sharp edges on it. Let's turn it down a little bit. Keep that blasting. Leave it on 2. I like 2. Maybe if I flip the rock. Let me go find. Did I use on my rock? I think I did use it on my. I think I did. I do have this. I really want to turn that water right through here. I really want that turbulence is what I'm looking for. This is just gonna come from me playing. Remember, this is deep, so I could dig down into this thing if I wanted to. So we got plenty of room. I'm just wondering if I set this in here. how it affects backflow. Definitely gonna have to go get me some more rock, yeah. A couple of more rock. Like that right there. I wonder how much this raised the water table. Yeah. Quite a bit, huh? So this area through here is going to be our collection area. So the idea here is that we get all the fish waste pulled up out of the pond. It flows through here. It's really getting turbulent through here. So we're going to plant grass. We're going to hopefully plant some rocks up in here, and then just plant some, like maybe put a basket, you know what I'm saying, roots with some grass coming up out of there. That water will flow through those grass roots, come down through here, so fall down through here. We can plant another basket, maybe even, right around in here. We'll get some grass growing along the edges. We'll plant our plants, boom, 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 boom. This could be, whatever, but they're going to get that splash, that moisture that's going to come off that waterfall, and it's going to splash all down through here. It's going to splash all through there. This is going to be our collection point through here. So this is from about here, right around in here, right through here is going to be our collection. I love how we're getting that oxygen coming down. The bubbles are just really coming down hard. Which is exactly what we wanted. The oxygen is actually not going away. So you can see our collection area right through there. This is a better point here. So it all comes to this point here, and it turns as it exits. So we're going to catch as much poo as we can through this area through here. So just like over here in this area, it's all about roots. So we need roots. And the grass roots are key. So you can see this is our collection area over here. So we come running down from up there. You can see from around the bend there, we're coming down from around through there. There's not a whole lot through there, but right through here is our collection area. All right. And this is where you can see our algae coming back, man. Tell me you want that fucking light. Kiss my ass. Look at that. That's what we want. We get that algae growing. The string algae, is what catches the poo. It cleans the water for us. All we have to do is steward it. And all our nutrients are trapped in this collection zone here. And we can run our hand through it. So we put our pad up there, our nitrate pad up there, and then we just run our hand through here, releasing all that down into the pad. We can pull the pad out, put it in the soil, just like these Kenny Pure bags. Critters love. Look at that. Mama, daddy, and baby. Hey, come on, son. Get out of here. Ah. They just love the bacteria that's built up inside this bag here. It's just biochar that's been in the pond or in the creek. You see little snails all over it. The snails keep the bag clean, keep me from having to, you know, clean this side of the bag. Because if you think about it, all that poo is running down. It's going to hit here first. It's going to clog up the net bag. It'll clog it up quick because it's a mesh bag, so it clogs quickly if you don't clean it. Well, the snails clean it for us. So the snails go down there and just clean all that poo out. You can see how clean it is. It's been there for a month and a half. They just clean the bag. We don't have to do anything. But put it in the spot where the water is going to smash down into it. Make sure that water goes through that biochar that's in that bag. And then we take the bags out and just lay them in the soil. Critters come up, run through the bag, taking all that bacteria and hopefully back out of the bag and into the soil and shitting it out. And the cycle continues. Here's, I know they look like shit, but goddamn, if it ain't terpy as hell. That's stress, boy. This is a raspberry deadhead from Luna Whitcomb. Stress really hit them, but man, they're terpy as shit. Tight little nug too. Berry. Got a GMO funk. Very funky. This is the Orangeline from OK Calyx. And this one is just straight like bananas almost. Like an orange banana. Here they are over there. It's like Cooter's over there. Cooter's right there. I don't see Scooter. He's probably over behind the log there. Look how crystal clean that water is. And we crashed it about, what, 2 weeks ago? 14, 15 days ago? We jumped right on back. You can see our diachondra grass coming back. That was all dead like 2 weeks ago. All that was dying off. You can see the remnants of it. But the grass was dying off. That's coming back. As soon as I turned that red light out, turned the white and blue back on, everything went back to normal. We added in, we did the water change, getting all that funk out. We started building our biology back up by adding labs and purple non-sulfur bacteria. And she came right on back. There's the monstera. That thing's 3 feet of leaf right there. Got a new one coming off of it too. And that's going to be a new leaf. That thing's ginormous. Look how far, I mean, it's all the way across the pond, getting ready to touch the damn plants. Oh yeah, it'll take, it'll take us about, it won't take as long as you think. It'll take some time though. It'll probably take a week or so. I really got to I got to eyeball this, these areas here, these low spots here. This is where, if things back up, like silt falling down into the creek, backing it up, rocks falling into the center, all this stuff, this stuff changes constantly. erosion. This is why we need those rocks, these big rocks up underneath here. Like rocks like this right here. We might not need in there. Look at that swirl, how I just removed it. Look how it does now. Look at that swirling right there. That's awesome. That's what I'm looking for. That's that vortex swirl I'm looking for. So just by having that down in there, pushing that, pushed down in there, so by removing it, it created that void there. Now water is splitting, going into a little bit deeper right there. And it's creating that swirl. See it? That's what I'm looking for. That swirl is going to, well, do a lot of different things. Who knows? Fucking quantum shit, bros and girls, ladies and gentlemen. Quantum shit. Next level shit. Yeah, it was all that rock right there. We had that rock right there. It just raised the water table up too high. Guarantee if we put it back there, we'd have the same problem. This is basically pretty much how we're going to have to let her flow. This is, looks pretty good. We're only on setting 2, remember? I'm going to have to get another small rock. I don't have any more. How much it changed just by me doing that. Although I do like that ball right there. That creates a nice ball, doesn't it? I don't see too much splash. See a lot coming off the log there. That's putting it right on the log. Yeah, let me go around here and get this view. Not too bad. See the splash. So that means that we're not losing, so the splash is all going back into the bed. You know, the splash is going in the creek and into the pond, so we're not losing any water at all. I like that flow there though. It gave us a nice straight on waterfall almost. Backflow's coming out where it's supposed to. Look at that. That water coming off the top there. Look how far it's coming over. Almost to the edge there. So that little bit dribble down through there will dribble right on and right into the bed and give us a nice little water source. All this splash, like I'm getting wet just, you know, I feel the splash. It's not too much though, it's perfect almost. This will keep this whole area moist, nice and wet. All we gotta do is keep a nice mulch layer on it. It'll absorb all that moisture. It should be good. Clean out some of this crap in here. Oh, we got us a little beetle. I saved you, buddy. Beetlejuice, yeah. Beetlejuice, Beetlejuice, Beetlejuice. Yeah. He's waiting for Michael Keaton to show up. Cool you had him play Batman and Beetlejuice. I thought that was awesome. Who's coming to my house? Who's coming to my house? Johnny. You asked for Beetlejuice, there's your freaking Beetlejuice. Speak of the devil. Speak of the devil, Johnny. Say hi, Johnny. You got your collar on this morning because I couldn't trust you. He don't need no collar though. He don't need no collar. The people walking this morning, and when people walk, he likes to run with them. Oops. You alright? Alright, get your ass out there. Go, no, go. Yeah, Johnny's a legend, alright. Pain in my ass. But I love him. He's a good boy. He's a rescue dog. He's one of the 4,000 rescue beagles from Virginia. Like, I don't know, that was like 5 years ago, I think. They busted a big place, puppy mill up in Culpeper County. And like 4,000 beagles got distributed all across America to SPCA. And I think that Richmond got 10 or 15 of them. And I just happened to be at the right place at the right time. And they brought one in that was hooping and hollering, and then another one that was doing the same, and then the third one was Johnny, and he was the quietest one, and he just went over to the corner and stared into the corner, and I was like, I think I'll take that one. Yeah, turned out to be a great dog. He's a good boy. I give him shit, but Redbone just showed up here on the property. I saw him roaming down at the bottom of the hill here, and he was skinning bones. Old hunting dog. Must have got escaped from the pen from one of the hunting shacks around here. And I set some food out there for him. He ate it up, and the rest is history. He sleeps in my damn bed now. He's a good boy too. We're looking good, ladies and gentlemen. We are looking good. I think I need to go out here and I can grab the water. Well, should I grab the water hose, put more water in the pond? Should I not put more water in? I don't know if I need. We do have to shut it down. Or do we? We really need to figure out where we're going to put the DQ drop. And I really think I want to bring it up here and let it drop in up here, because that will pretty much null and void me having to do anything back here. But then again, I was going to have it right here. That was going to be my hole for my DQ. But in order to get the hole for my DQ, get the hose, see, that means I have to raise the DQ up here. It means I'll have to raise up, cover the DQ. And that might be the best option that we do. So we were just, also, the DQ was dumped out right here. We had to punch a hole, but it would come, where am I at? It would come through right here. The hose would come out right here and drip. So here to here, and it will just drip. And again, I was thinking about over here as well, bringing it in this hole and setting it right here and letting it drip in here. This way you wouldn't see this rock here, cover it up, and it would just come in and drip down right through here. Let me get back here. So I had left this up here. I don't think that's high enough. So all I have to do is come in right here with a little hammer and chisel and create a little hole, run a hose out right here, and that would dump in right here. But that means we have to raise this up because the hose is down here. Not tall enough. We need it up here. So we just have to put this on blocks, basically. And this is just top-off water, same as what we do over here. So it just runs right into the backside there. Drips in. Oh, thanks, man. Yeah, I've never done stone work before. It's my first time. Did all right. All of this was first time. I'd only mixed a few bags of mud myself, just putting in posts and stuff with my granddad around here. That was the only kind of stone work mixing mud I've ever done. I just did a little at a time. A little a day, keep the chiropractor away. Although it didn't. I ended up having to get a chiropractor. Especially for this one. This one hurt me. This one hurt me. But hopefully one day. So this did look like this. So you can see everything. You can go back and look on my Instagram, or I think on my YouTube as well. But you know, all of this was, you know, once you get plants in there, you don't see much. It's just the plants take over. And that's what we want, you know. We want the plants to take over. Because it's all about the plants. All about the plants. Plants need light. They need that energy source. They need to fart, breathe, you know. Yeah, I'm feeding the plants right now as I speak. That's what they do. They eat my breath. They eat your breath. Funny how that works, right? We're here. Yeah, I use KNF. Yeah, I got all kinds of KNF shit, man. I got lactic acid bacteria right here. It's going bad. I got purple non-sulfur bacteria right here. Purple non-sulfur bacteria, the mother culture. It's from iGrow soil. Me and Mo got some big news coming too. Big news, big news. Gonna be starting up a little show maybe. Yeah, I want to see some. There's some molasses, flash trap molasses. This is FAA. This catfish FAA I made too. It's been 3 years ago now. Smells delicious. All it is fish and brown sugar. 3 years old. Himalayan salt. We got some OHN, herbal nutrient. This is OHN from Country Roots. I got some WCA, WCC. This is water soluble calcium. Bluefin tuna. Yeah, that'd be some good stuff. There's a deer bone in there with a bunch of eggshells, but this is probably 3 years old as well. I've been drawing off that for a while. This is just pure calcium. We got some wildflower FPE. This is FPE, dichondra beets, red radish, and greens. We've been using, well, not in this bed, but outside. I've been using, I've had this for, God, 2 years, 3 years, probably. This is Brandon Russ's Fukashi Earthworks Smart Carbon. Living vinegar, apple, rice vinegar. Yeah, we got some, this is IP, this is my shit. Not IPM. I'm trying to get this off. IMO. This is IMO from for the field outside. So all I do is take some rice out to the field, place that, grab some biology, brought it back up here, put some brown sugar in it, and that's IMO. Got integrated pest IPM, Country Roots. I don't really use this anymore. I've had this for years as well. I mean, it's almost full, but it's great for outside. It's just a mixture of different IPM is an extraction of lemon, lime, lemongrass, garlic, rosemary, clover, garlic, peppermint, spearmint, and other sweet herbs. Sweet herbs. This is some my buddy's Wildflower Power, FPE, marigolds, yarlow, baby's breath, candy truck, tidy tips, all kinds of shit, man. You name it. Like EM1, molasses. This stuff's really good. And last but not least, humic acid from BioAg. Don't use much of that either. But that's pretty much what I do, and that's all. If you're gonna, I don't do anything in this bed. I haven't touched anything in this bed other than like the reset, adding sand, silt to the edges. I don't have to do it. The more I do, the worse it gets. So I just stay away. They're like, don't be a moron. You know what I mean? Let nature do its thing. As long as keep the lights dialed in, keep the temperature and humidity dialed in. Everything else is set to roll. The life is there. The food source is there. Just gotta let it do its thing. Don't do stupid shit like what I do with like playing with fucking the lights, because I'm telling you, this right here can crush everything quickly. I mean, within days, it can just completely destroy this whole ecosystem. And if you think about it, it makes perfect sense, because if you change the wavelengths on that light, and the bacteria and the biology and the things that aren't used to that don't like it, and they die off, and we get problems. Look at this. This is the first time I'm seeing this. Look at that green in the sand and the silt. Look at all that green. That is cyanobacteria. That is algae. That is what I'm looking for. That is what is creating oxygen as it's being wicked up the wall. All of this will grow all throughout that sand and silt. It'll grow into the soil. And I'm telling you guys, it's like magic. I can't explain it like, a scientist can, but I can just tell you that once those guys get up in there and do their magic, everything loves it. Everything starts to turn back green. When I lost it with the light. I hit those red lights, fried my algae, fried my bacteria, all that green went away. Everything started turning brown. I was like, uh-oh. And upon further inspection and talking to the right people, that's exactly what I did. I fried it just by messing with the light. Everything was running great until I started messing with the lights. When I went into flower, I was more focused on the flower than I was the creek and the pond and the life in that. I was more focused on hitting that red to the flower just a little bit, and fucked up. But we got it back. We learned a valuable lesson. It definitely won't happen again. And in probably 2-3 months, we'll never even know it happened. Everything will go back to normal. I'm already seeing the empress trees go back green. They were a yellow. This is how they were. They were looking like this, and now they're going back green. So you can see the difference in the yellow versus the green. This was all looked like that just 2 weeks ago, and I can see it coming back. And it's all stems from the creek. Everything connects to the creek now. So just like over here, we have to maintain the water quality and the light, and everything will take care of itself. We'll get plenty of moisture from contacting here, over here. We'll get plenty of splash moisture coming. We'll keep that wet over there, over there. All we'll have to do is it's going to wick right through here. And if we have to, do a little watering up through there, but I'm pretty sure that the splash will get that as well. But we're not going to connect the soil like we did over here. This we connected all the way around, and that's just too much. Over here, we're going to just connect in a few certain areas and wick water and let the plants go, let the roots go to these areas. Trust me, the plants will find the water. They will find it. And they don't need much. So we're looking pretty good, ladies and gentlemen. We are looking pretty good. That thing is really look at the splash. I don't know if you guys can see it. Most of that splash coming off that log is ending up back into the creek. It's down here. So I know one thing we can do right now. We can add in some of Mo's purple non-sulfur bacteria. So these guys love light. They are photosynthetic. They eat light, and they live in the water. They live in swampy, mucky areas like this right through here. So they need that moisture. They need that muck. That's where they thrive. They're like balancers. They're like the referees of the area. They're going to come around, and if something's negative, they'll turn it to positive. That's all we're going to do. Perfect. One-handed, baby. Yeah. So those guys are going to go to work. We put them in a nice home. You know what I mean? We put them in a spot that they know they're going to thrive in. And that's the point. So if you were to go put non-sulfur bacteria, purple non-sulfur, in like dry soil, they're not going to last very long. They're going to die. They need that moisture. They need wet. They live in swampy areas. That's where you're going to find that stuff. In nature, you're going to find it in a creek, like down in the muck, where the creek water is flowing. Yeah, microbes are a big part of it. Although I learned last night that it's not everything. I was in a Zoom meeting with Nick from Rooted Leaf. I don't know if anybody knows Nick from Rooted Leaf, but if you've ever listened to the guy speak, he's next level intelligence when it comes to this stuff, and he really opened my eyes yesterday to the whole power aspect and the energy aspect of how lights control everything, and how the plant is actually the one farming the microbes. So it's actually the plant that is more intelligent than the microbes. Every single plant on the planet can photosynthesize. And photosynthesis is like the ultimate, trick. The ultimate in intelligence. And it's so smart. He was like, if God made man in the image of himself, he made plants the plant is the intelligence. He made the plants the intelligence of God. And I'm telling you, when he started explaining what these things can do, and the quantum aspect of everything, and holy shit, the electrical charges, and just how it's all about energy and carbon, pushing carbon. If you can push carbon into a foliar spray and foliar feed carbon, it's this next level stuff. And you can do it all with plant-based material. Like everything he uses is plant-based, and just like the FPEs and the fermented plant juices and the KNF and the Jadam, if you can dial in these things like on a almost quantum level, it's crazy. It's insane the intelligence that the plant has. All we have to do is be a steward and not fuck with everything all the time. Stop being a moron. And what I mean by that is like being a moron, like putting more and more and more and more. It just doesn't work. I've been that person. It does not work. It may work for a short period of time, but it's going to crash on you. Guaranteed. Every time. So I'm not seeing any rise up. We're still down here in the 1-inch range. That's good. Bring some of this. No, this is what's been pushed. Down the hill. Yeah, me and Mo from I Grow Soil are I think we're gonna start a podcast called Soil Discoveries, presented by Yellow Skunk Farms, featuring I Grow Soil. We're going to do microscopic stuff. We're going to do micro. We're going to have people on that can identify microbes. It's going to be like a soil food web / cannabis / discovering new microbes. You'll be able to send, hopefully you'll be able to send your soil in. Like if you'd like to be on the show, you could just send us a sample. We can put it in the scope and go over it live. Talk about it, discuss it, see what we see, what improvements need to be done, stuff like that. Yeah, just something fun to do. Try. I love talking about this stuff. I'm not the smartest guy in the world. I'm not a scientist. I'm more the guy who likes to do shit and then find people who are smart. You know what I mean? Seek out those who are smart enough. All this pea gravel is being washed down. We can just put this around the edges. There's a jetty right there, and there's another one right here. Come down this. Right there. Yeah, see, we're getting that moisture down there. That's coming from right there. Right on that rock right there. Rolling down right into there. And that's perfectly okay. Like I'm actually glad, I'm happy for that. That's going to give me that water source I'm looking for right up there. So all I really need to do is add that really good wood mulch up there to wick up a lot of that moisture that's coming down through there. And we'll have us a nice little beam of water coming down through here, watering this all the time. It's actually pretty good. Like, look at this right here. It's moist, it's wet. And that's coming from, all coming from that one spot right there. And splashing, I feel it splashing right here too. So I don't mind that at all. You can see the wet spot. All we have to do to stop that is move that rock up there. You move that rock up there and watch, I guarantee you it'll stop. I get around here without falling on my ass. So you see how it's dripping on that rock right there. see if we change. Gone. So it's all about where we place the rock. So if we want water over there, we just now know we can come over here and place that rock right there and get that beeline going over to that corner. It'll take a second, but it'll work its way on over there. Pretty neat. Put it right here. See what happens. Yep, right back to it. Look at that. Take it away. It's gone. Pretty neat. I'll allow it. Learn something every day. So these are the little things that I'm talking about. These are the things that we got to really pay attention to. These are the little things that will crash a system, like that beeline going there, you know. If it got too bad, we'd have a, you know, it'd be leaking and we'd have water in our hole over there. We wouldn't know how it was getting there. And it all stemmed from that movement of that rock. So every little motion, every little movement of rock, everything matters. Everything is going to change something. Every time I move something, it's going to affect the butterfly effect, you know. It's just a reactional thing. We really got to pay attention too, because when you get into this level of having to pay attention, things can go wrong really fast. Like we've already found out. We found out that really fast with those lights, and it's that power, that energy source is 90% of everything. I mean, we got to keep the temperature right, humidity right, and that power source going. Those three things, just like a car motor. Everything else will take care of itself as long as we steward it properly. I feel like I could go and take a nap. You know what I mean? Like I could walk away and go eat lunch, take a nap, come back, and it would still be going the same way. Looks pretty good. Looks pretty good. We know it's not leaking. We just cut that off. That's not gonna leak anymore until we want it to. We're getting a splash. I'm getting that residual splash all the way down here. And I can feel it. Every once in a while I'll catch a little blip, blip, blip. So that's great. You can see how it's more wet over there too, just from the splash. That's great. Once you get plants in there, we'll start wicking that water right on up and utilizing that water. Look where we put that non-sulfur bacteria. You can see it. Oh, I know what we can do. We can break out Microbes Plus, baby. This is photosynthetic bacteria as well, so it's just a combination of lactic acid bacteria. It's photosynthetic bacteria and fermentive yeast. So smells like fermented wheatgrass. and EM1. All it is. Little day keeps the chiropractor away. Now let's set this back up there. Purple non-sulfur bacteria can stay out in the light. I can't wait. This is the part I've been waiting for. Now we can actually come in here and clean all this shit out of here. I can't stand. Look at this little stick coming. Yeah. Perfect. And just as simple as moving something like this, moving this, and change everything. So we'll get us some more small cobblestones like these here, placed down in here. That water will come down and swirl around down in here. Kind of give you that little pocket right there, kind of like a gold pocket, you know what I mean? Water will come down, swirl that gold around, deposit it into that little pocket right there before it goes into the pond. I'll bring in some more water, I guess. Or we'll just leave it like that for now and let her flow. See how much, what is it, about an inch of water there that was taken from just turning on the pump in the creek. So about, you know, that's a good eyeball there of how much water it takes to fill the creek. Actually, the creek was already full. We ran it yesterday. That's how much it takes just to fill the top half of the creek. About an inch off the top. Oh yeah, purple non-sulfur bacteria. Just put it in. There it is. We just put a couple of drops in right there. You can see it. So I did the purple non-sulfur bacteria around the edge where that water is coming in. And then I put little microbes plus from Brandon Russ in the pond, just a little splash. So it's got a good home. Got a good home. Welcome. I just gotta make sure not to send you this part, Mo, because you know what that looks like. So I'm not gonna get you a sample of that. I'll take a sample from over here. Can't have you stealing my purple, even though it's yours. Yeah, I kind of let everybody know, Mo, that we're going to be doing a little show together. Hope you don't mind. It's going to be pretty cool. Soil Discoveries with Josh and Mo. Tune in Thursdays at 6 o'clock Eastern Time. Sounds good, right? Send in your soil sample. We'll eyeball it for you and tell you what kind of shit you got going on. We are flowing. We've been flowing for an hour and 20 minutes now. I think I'm ready for lunch. I'm ready to, I feel like I could leave it on. I feel like we could leave it on. We got good flow going. We cut our little backflow thing going on up there. That won't flood. We got good water flow there. Good splash. Good aeration. You can see the air bubbles coming on all the way to the corner. Pretty much going to travel all the way around. Air bubbles usually smash. I'm going to smash right in here. So this is our catch-all area right through here. So this is where we'll be placing, a Kimmy Pure bag or something like that in there. Let's actually, I want to see how much that raises the water table. Got one here. Let's put this. There you go. Get off my. Go somewhere else. Let's see. Maybe right here. Oh yes, that's perfect. Doesn't raise it at all hardly. It's good flow through there. See how she's pushing P. Put this here to split. We could actually change this if we wanted to. Split it even more. See how we're creating that air pocket right there? In there. This is going to adjust. Thank you, Mo. Appreciate that. Yeah, this is going to take a lot of adjusting. And really, wherever we place that rock up there is how the waterfall flows. It's really cool how I was telling you yesterday that all we got to do is move one rock to change everything, and we can actually move that rock. I don't know if you saw earlier, I can actually get water into that soil pocket simply by moving that rock. Pretty cool. Like I can literally just go here with that rock and get it to run a line basically all the way across. There's a spot here where we can place it. Look at it. It'll drip it right onto here and go right down in that hole. And that got that wet. So it's literally, if we need water over there, I can just move that rock and get a beeline right over there to it. And then move it back when I want it to go away. I can change this. I can get that spin that we're looking for, that vortex. We'll probably get a bigger rock than this, but I can just set this rock right here and get different places. I'm gonna put some pea gravel in there. I'm gonna set a plant right here in like a basket. Set a basket plant right here. And we can move this wherever we want. Oh wow, look at that. That one turned it, got it to go. I like that. Look at that. It's like pushing and pulling all at the same time. So this is pushing in while that's coming back out, and we're smashing together and bloosh, getting that little. But that changed the flow completely. Look, that kind of almost backflows everything. You gotta look at that from the front. That changed the flow completely. Wow. A lot more is coming on this side now. And instead of it coming through here, it's coming over through there now. That's wild. Just that little bit. So I've got this here too. I was playing with over here. Let's set this right here. Push it down. And create a Now if I pull this out, watch what happens when I pull this out. Watch it swirl. So I created a hole there for the water to come into and swish around and create a vortex. Look at that. Now that will go away because sand and silt, pee, all that stuff will build back up, fill that hole over time, you know. But what I can do is do that again and then place some smaller rocks that I gotta go get into that hole to hold that form. You can see how it's pretty cool. You just set that rock down in there. You would never think to pull it back out though. But when you pull it back out, look how deep that you created that hole there, that void. And that void is going to create that vortex. And it's really cool to see. So we place this here. We could actually push this down a little bit more to get this to turn. Okay, we've got to pull that out and put this back up. It's going to change. You can hear it change too. You can hear it drop. So now we've got that hitting this here, looking over that little bubble there. Now since we did that, we're going to have to create the hole again. Because that, when we pushed down on that rock, that pushed this back up. So we kind of lost our vortex there, but we can simply come back in here and create that hole again. Let it sit for a second. Pull it back up. Voila. create a little gold catcher. You catch that gold. Yeah, she's tight down in there now, boy. Need a couple more rocks. You can see we're up underneath there. So we get us another rock, it'll hold this sand up. And we'll create that cubby hole up underneath there. Kind of cuts out, you know, like wood, like if you were trolling down on the river and you look underneath, you know, you get where erosion has happened, but the mountain still comes over. You get that little vortex hole right there. See it spinning? What that's going to do is anything that comes down through here, it's going to come in, it's going to hit this rock here, it's going to spin, and it'll vortex right down in here and create us a little catching pool. This is like if you were going to catch, you're like hunting for gold, you would probably pull that rock up, and that's where the gold would be. Yeah, it creates a cavity. That's the word. So you can see how the bubbles are coming on down. They're gonna hit that rock, turn. Flip. You can see it almost turning right up into there. We're getting that swirl. You almost see it in the light. Look at the light reflection on the water. You can see kind of the swirl, and that's exactly what I'm looking for. And that's it, ladies and gentlemen. All we gotta do now is get some plants up in this jewel. Get some fish up in this jewel. We won't put fish in for a long time, but look how much aeration we got going on down here. She is flowing. Of course, we're going to put a lot more water in there, but water comes all the way up to there. So there's probably still another 50 gallons of water to go in here. So it won't be that loud, but that will be loud. And I kind of like where I like that sound it's making right now. Like it's not over here at all. But if I move that rock, it'll shoot it back over this way. Let's go shoot it back over that way real quick. What time is it? 11:30. Okay. Not too bad. I haven't had a phone call in an hour and a half. Shocking. Shocking. Woo! Look at how much that changed. Just by doing that. That's called climate change. Man-made climate change right there. Go over there, see what happens. I think if I took another rock, I bet if I had two rocks, like this one and then another one. Oh, I just don't have any more small ones. Wait a minute, maybe I do. Maybe I do. In fact, I got a shit ton of them. Red bone. up, Redbone? He's my boy right here. He's my Redbone. He's a good boy. Yeah. Come on, here, lay down. You know you want your belly rub. There you go. We're busy right now, though. You ain't coming in here. You got a different size rock. I appreciate that. E-Train. I appreciate that, man. It makes me happy. Let's try a different size. Alright, so this is where it flows with no rock. We get that drip over there. Wow, that really changes it, doesn't it? It raised the water level back here. Go get that dip over there. Yeah, that's done. Good morning, Minnie. Look at that. That placing that there, that made everything push back harder. I appreciate that, man. Look, it's fun being in here. I tell you, we got something to play with now, that's for sure. If you want something to play with, I don't like that. Well, just wait a second and it'll go away. Let's try it over here. Maybe back a little bit further. Get a major splash off that one. That's flat. Look at how much is going into the pond. Watch the ripples on the splash. Not too bad, but some. Over time, that would be a lot. Where would this feed best? Maybe right there. That's creating us a nice little swirl right there. That's pretty nice right there. It's giving us that swirl because it's being forced to backflow right here and come out. It's being forced to turn and come this way, and then that hits it, and that's going to create that swirl right there. And we got good even flow, not sporadic splash everywhere can wear. Let's go over here and look at that. We got good split right through there too. We created a pool right there. You see the rocks that push. We got multiple waterfall, boom, boom, staging down, boom, splitting, coming up into here. This was our low spot yesterday. We're down here now. We got a good inch. Got a good inch down here as well. We raise this up. We even got the Kimmy Pure bag in there. Doesn't affect the inch, doesn't affect this at all. Good flow through the Kimmy Pure. That's good news. We still have room to add rocks if we want to. We can always, if we want to add a big rock, we can always just remove a handful of pea gravel. So we just got to remove what we put in if we want to keep the same level. So everything that goes in the creek from this point on will raise the water table up. So if we want to raise it up, or we don't want to raise it up, we're just going to have to remove some pea. Look at how it created that void. And look how the rocks that I placed there are holding that sand silt up. So that's going to be a catch point right there. Look at it. Oh shit, look at that swirl. Look at the swirl underneath there. Whee! So we're getting good flow. It's also a trap catch right there. It's spinning organic matter. You can see it spinning organic matter underneath there. That's a gold trap right there. It's a natural gold trap. Creating that point that comes out here, creating this, look at it. And then it gets trapped up in that little cubby hole there. You can see the organic matter spinning around every once in a while. Yeah, oh yeah, it'll be very visible. The light, I look at it through the reflection of the light. You can see, if you look at the ripples in the light. And we're getting good air bubbles. See, look at the size of the air bubbles coming on around. They're making it almost back to the pond. That's impressive. I do say so myself. Of course, that's going to clear up. That's going to. But those bubbles should stay. That aeration coming off that hill slope there is pretty good. See that right there? Almost a swirl in action going on right there. We're on 2. Let's bump it up to 3. Remember, we were on 4 once. 4 is too much, but this is 3. Now let's go to 4. Oh yeah, look at that prawn. Get major splash on 4. Major splash on 4. Go back down to 2. I like 2. 2 is funny. I like 2. Call a major splash. Oh wow, look at that. I don't know if you can see it, the glare there, but look at it spinning. A gold trap. See a bubble. You see the bubbles turn and then come on out. Probably make that a little. So all we need to do really is raise this part. Just, well, actually push the concave. The hole needs to go a little deeper, and this wall needs to come up inside the creek. So that as the hole goes deeper, that wall comes up. That will create more of a void where water can come in and get trapped. Being trapped up underneath that cliff, so to speak. Pretty cool, man. Pretty cool. Creating our own natural creek with swirls and curls and all kinds of shit. I'm happy. You happy? Everybody happy? I'm happy. One of the diggers over here. I wonder if he needs some water. Let's see. Is everybody happy over here, guys? Everybody's hiding. Oh shit, look what I see. I was wondering where all my fucking shrimp went. Look at them. There's 3 of them right there in the pond. They hightailed it out of the creek and went to. I didn't think they'd survive in the pond with turtles and everything, but they're hiding up in there, ain't they? I thought I lost all my shrimp. They were just hiding. I do have a couple in the creek, but I didn't know hadn't seen them down there. All right, well, I think it's break time. I think we're gonna let this run. Gonna let this run, settle everything in. It's just gonna take time to settle in. Creating nice little pools coming off that rock there. Another pool right here on this side. Got all this pea gravel being flushed down here. Pockets there. Now this is what we're just going to be adjusting. Where I put that, the pea gravel piled up on top of that. Let's see if how much faster that flows if that's not there. Doesn't seem to affect it at all. We'll put it right down in that little cubby hole right there. Seems to do just fine. Flowing right through there. I like it. We're gonna do the soil. I don't know. Your guess is as good as mine, brother. You gotta get a bag. I'm in no hurry. Digger is tiny. Me and Digger hopefully got a long time together, so we'll get there when we get there. But yeah, we are gonna add soil to all this. It won't be, it'll be soon, but add soil to all this. Bring this up here. We can move this rock right here. So I just had this here because I wanted to hold soil in it. So we can bring soil all the way up to here and then remove the rock and he'll have full access. So we planned it out a little bit. We got a trap hole here. This is where we're going to see if we've got water down there. I know you can't see that. Look at the splash. You see our splash spots. See our splash spots. That's where the splash is hitting. And slowly going to saturate that area. Splash spot, splash spot. I'll allow that. I don't mind that at all. I will allow it. This is just that's just where I was knocking out the wood. Little mulch. Going to be bringing in wood mulch. We're going to bring in my own personal IMO mulch. Same mulch that I used for that bed over there. We go down to where we mulched a tree. That's showing my storyline. Mulched a tree about 4 years ago before we got married, and that tree is now just mush. So I'll go down there and rake it up. We're going to cook it for about 4 or 5 days at 120 degrees. With just some IMO, some fermented plant juices, and some other different things. Basically an IMO 3, the mulch. And then we'll bring it in. Spread it out all through here. Bring in the troops. And do the same over here. This time we're gonna get us before we do a mulch over here, we're going to add APSU super soil. So we're gonna add basically we'll just take a bag, maybe it might take 2 bags and just top dress APSU soil, then put our mulch on top of that and let the critters do the rest. I don't know if y'all saw. I don't know if Mo's still here. Check out the green on sand. Green sand, baby. That's where that purple non-sulfur bacteria went. It turned it green. You didn't think it was going to turn it green. But I dumped it all through there. And look, it's green. Craziness. And that's what I'm looking for. Green. Yeah. UK, yeah, man, it's, you know, we'll get there. I just rated APSU's soil bank, basically. This took a lot more soil than we thought. I mean, it must have been like 50 bags, almost 60 bags. Feel bad. Raiding his stash, but, you know, he's sponsoring the grow. We got, this is what we used. We used APSU living soil. On the that's on the top, and on the bottom we used super soil. It's APSU super soil. The super soil is just designed for cannabis, really. It's got all the good stuff in it, you know. Worm castings, bone meal, blood meal, neem meal, kelp, seabird guano, biochar, oyster shell, all that good stuff. That's supercharged. This is just a grade below that. Doesn't have all those crazy amendments in it, but it still has the cation exchange levels that we're looking for. It's all about that power, baby. We gotta get that energy flow. Get you a soil that's dialed in. That APSU is dialed in. It's plug and play. All we gotta do. We don't have to worry about the nutrients, availability. We don't have to worry about any of that. It's all available. All we gotta do is add water. And we got that. Look at that. Like I said, that will fill in over time. We'll just bring this back in. Kind of push it back down. We're going to create what we want. Make sure this is going to fall. That's okay. Oops, sorry about that. Push it down. And pull it down. We're gonna need some more of those rocks. I'm just gonna have to go get me some more. This wants to fall down. And that's to be expected. Need bigger rocks. More rocks. There's a rock right there. Perfect. So, we know what we need now. We need some decent size marble size, or not marble, hand size round rocks. Or we can just, right there, right here, that's going to hold this sand wall up. Oh, I appreciate that. Yeah, well, you know, I'm not a scientist, so I'm dyslexic, so I don't really speak very well. I didn't do well in school. I don't pronounce words very well. I can read, but when I read, it just, my brain goes elsewhere. ADHD kicks in, dyslexia kicks in, all that good stuff kicks in. I got all those letters behind my name. You know, the A and the D and the B and the H and all those other fucking letters. But I'm very attention oriented and I see things. I see things. We got some nice little cubby hole back there now, don't we? Uh-huh. All we need is a rock to sit there. Hold that up. And that will just keep adjusting, keep moving it, keep adjusting. And really, it's always going to be adjusting. You know what I mean? I'm just going to get it to where I like it, and then just leave it, and then just play with it as I want. If I see something I want to do, just move it. If I want the water to do something else, I'll just place a rock down there. As long as we don't backflow, we're good. Water is loud. So now all I hear is this, and I don't hear any of this. This overpowers this. You can barely hear this. That's crazy. I still can't get over how crystal clear that water is. There's pooter down there underneath that rock. That water is, I mean, it doesn't even look like there's water in it. And she's full. Crazy. I haven't seen bigger. We're gonna come back here and look at our aloe. Our aloe's going crazy back there. Monstera is stupid. Instead of calling it the monster, I call it the stupid monstera because it's stupid big. And it's getting crazy. This thing is 3 feet big. It's 3 feet from there to there. It's ridiculous. And that one back there, it's getting ready to pop off another one. Look at that. Hell, I think it's growing bigger since we started the video. Damn things grow. I mean, you can sit here and watch it grow. Every morning I come in here, it's like waving at me like, hi, we put off a new leaf today. Hey. It's taking over everything. I'm going to have to put a pole up and push it back. I've already got a string on it back there, pulling it back. I've got a pole, I've got my old cannabis stalk wedged up in there, pushing it up, and it just keeps coming. Eventually it will take over the whole room. Eyeballing that over here. Making sure that wasn't spitting out like it was before, but it's not. It's just behind that. The log is working out pretty well. Every once in a while I'm getting that big splash every once in a while. So it's cool how you notice how this comes off, it's running down this side, and then it diverts and comes this way, comes down this side, creating that pool right there, and it's creating another pool right there. Those are gold trap pools, I like to call them. Little pockets that trap debris and trap shit. They're going to be coming down through there out of the pond. So from here on is where the cleaning happens before we get back to the pond. So we just got to pack enough life and roots and grass along the edge of this creek to clean that water as it gets flowing down through here. We'll have the Chemi Pure bag in there for the biochar. But other than that, that's all from here to there is all, that's all filtration. We have to make it filtration with roots, not with filter pads. I mean, I do use this over here because that got a little crazy. And we catch, the turtles over here create a lot of waste. These fish over here aren't going to create that kind of waste. We should be able to plant grass all along through here. Grass, and then plants our veggies and our herbs all throughout around there. All that will tap into this. The grass roots will tap into the sand silk growing all down through there, grow all around through here, and that will help us filter that pond water. And then don't forget about the bacteria and the biology and the purple non-sulfur bacteria and the labs and the microbes. All that is going to help clean. Same principle over here. You see how crystal clear this is? It did look like what we just saw when we started. So, it takes time, but this is a 1.5 years old. We just started this 2 hours ago. Got us a nice little pocket there. That's how it works. Twisty McSpliff, I like it. Thank you, buddy. I appreciate that. Sons of Marijuana, like that. That's pretty nice. It was only half there. Oh yeah, appreciate that, man. Yeah, we come a long way. We did it pretty quick, actually. It didn't take us that long. If you notice, you see how the pond is a little lower on this side. Somebody asked me, is the pond lower on this side as on this side? Yes, it is. It's lower on this side than it is on this side because I wanted that, we had to be the same height over here to match. Over here, this was my line basically. So we know if we come up past this with water, we're basically on that line where that hose comes in at. So that's our cutoff point. If we were to shut the pump off, let's say we lost power, and we fill this pond up to here, to the top here, we will overflow the pond if power cuts off, because all this water is going to come flushing in, birds going over. It doesn't matter if it flows over into here, because all this is in a box. This is all in a horizontal source system. So that's what it's designed to do. It's designed to hold water at the bottom down here. That's why this pond liner's in here. So we got the pond liner. The pond liner comes all the way up, almost a foot. So we could dump all the water in the pond, all the water in the creek, into the bottom of the bed, and it wouldn't matter. It'll hold it. But we don't want to do that. We can bring that water up to about here, let it dump in, and then if we lost power, all that water will flow in, raising up to this level, and keep it from going out of our trap hole, out of our dump hole there, or hose hole, and coming over the wall. So we've got more trash in there. Let's see. Yeah. Well, not too bad anymore. Come on out there. Oh yeah, thanks man. Is that ruin the scoop? Appreciate it. Take fruits. Hello all. Hello. 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 Man, it's been 2 hours. Time flies when you're having fun. Well, I'm hungry. Feeling my leftovers from yesterday. I had chicken and squash and some zucchini. I had all kinds of shit yesterday. It's nice. Pulling right through there. So we'll come back this afternoon. Check on this. But everything looks good. We gotta go get us some rock. We'll get us some small handheld rocks. We'll just forage them from around here. Probably the driveway. We'll find some that we can use. But other than that, we're running, ladies and gentlemen. And I appreciate everybody who showed up today and took the time to listen to me jabber. Don't forget, me and I Grow Soil, me and Mo are going to be starting something up here shortly. We don't have a date yet, but it's going to be cool. Microscopy and all kinds of things. So until tomorrow, we shall see you then. Peace.